All right, here's the Miata. All right, so it's all wrapped up in plastic. As you can see, I'm using Home Depot. All right, this is a pack of 6. Pack of 6. This is the cheapest stuff. This pack of 6 costs, I think, was $12. So basically $2 per row. And you use 2 rows. 1 row is the first half. All right, and open up your top, tuck the plastic underneath. The second half, you cover as much as you can. Tuck the plastic underneath the ragtop first. Then after that, just cut it straight down the middle. Split it down the middle along the edge of here and cut it along up to about right here. That's where you stop, and you just tuck the rest. And the part that you cut off right here, use that to connect the 2 halves, because there's going to be a little bit of a gap right between here. Right, so you see my tape, so I can tape the 2 halves together with that middle section, that cutout section right here. So everything's covered up. All right. So I did that half, and I still haven't done this half yet. So as you can see, I tucked the plastic in first before I cut it, so that way you know how much you need. All right. So basically, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I'm gonna treat my ragtop. So I just washed the car the other day, so it's got a couple days to dry and such. And during that time, I have after the first day of drying, I actually put my ragtop cover on, and today I have time to basically coat it, right? So what I'm coating it with is this stuff right here. So 303 fabric guard, right? So that's the stuff I use. So I have it in a spray bottle right here. 303, my little 303 spray bottle. And I also have a little paintbrush as well. So the easiest way to apply this is basically to just spray it on. If you don't want to do all this plastic stuff, you could just use that paintbrush. You could get the paintbrush wet and paint it on that way instead. But that way, when it comes on, it's not as uniform. I don't think it's not as uniform, and it's just more work. When you wrapping this up, it's pretty quick, pretty fast. It's less work, and and there's like no cleanup, because once you tuck everything in, everything is covered except for the ragtop and the glass in the back. And I'm actually gonna take some of this extra stuff, like maybe in the corner right here, for example. There's a lot of extra material right here in the corner. I'm gonna cut a little bit of that up. I'm gonna tape up the back window over here as well, as best I can. I might not tape up the back window. I might just leave it open. I'm just gonna try to avoid, instead of spraying it in this direction. Let's look at this, for example. Instead of spraying it like this, it's gonna go into the glass, right? I'm gonna spray it away, like that, away, and kind of like down like this, away from the glass, so that way it minimizes the stuff onto the glass. The good thing about glass being glass, it's easy to clean, right? And it's easy to clean. You just get some a little bit of alcohol, and you could just clean the stuff off, and you're good. So my recommendation for this 303 stuff here is to do this at least once a year. Let me see, what do they say? What does 303 say? They say do it every... Let's see, blah, blah, blah. No, curing time. Curing time is 12 to 24 hours. So after you finish applying it on, give it 24 hours. And you should do it above a certain temperature, right? Keep it, I think, above 60 degrees. So apply it above 60 degrees. Or apply fabric above 70 degrees, 70 degrees. So it's actually not even 70 degrees right now. It's actually a little cooler than that. It's like 60 something right now. Like low to mid 60s, I think. Let's see. So you basically spray it on until the material gets wet, evenly wet. It doesn't say how often though. I could have swore it was every, at least once a year. Put the stuff on. It's a good idea. And this stuff is not just for the ragtop. This is fabric, obviously. But you could do it for other things too. Like, for example, you could use it as a durable water repellent finish, for like, outdoor clothing. Like for example, I have this hoodie, this waterproof windbreaker hoodie right here, right? You can use it to spray on that, because after you wash these type of fabrics, it doesn't have that waterproof repellent on it anymore. So you spray that down. So I use this stuff to spray on like my riding gear, my motorcycle gear, as well, to help when I ride in the rain. It keeps it a little bit drier. It repels the water, so that way the water doesn't soak into the fabric. So this thing does, it does several things. It not just repels water, but it also it kind of protects it a little bit as well, from again, not just water, but like protects it a little bit from sun and a little bit from rain and such. But you look at my fabric topper here. It's hard to tell, but if you were standing here live, you look at this thing. It basically looks brand new. This fabric is pretty much brand new because the main reason because I park it in the garage. As you can see, it's in the garage right now. It's in the garage, and I take care of this car pretty well, clean it and such regularly. And even before I did this, like I said, I washed this car a couple of days ago. A day after I washed it, I actually waxed it. Right, I waxed it the day after. Then right now it's like 2 days after, so I'm applying the fabric guard. So anyway, so that's my setup. So I'm gonna finish, setting it up, and then I'm gonna spray my stuff, and we'll see the results afterwards. Oh, so when you do this, since this is indoors, and I want to keep my garage door closed because I don't want that stuff to spray or to like float everywhere because it's kind of sticky, and it's kind of, when it's wet and stuff, it's kind of it's kind of tacky and such. So I don't want to get everywhere. So I keep my garage door closed, right? So that way it's not windy in here, and the wind blows it on to a bunch of other stuff. So at the same time, indoors, it is a chemical. So I have my 3M respirator right here, and here's my riding gear right here. Here's my motorcycle gear. So I need to wash these things soon because it's still kind of raining. So probably sometime this next month, I'm gonna wash out my motorcycle gear, and I'm gonna spray all this down too with the 303 as well. So so anyways, so that's that's how I recommend doing it. If you don't want to go through the hassle of putting on this plastic sheathing, again, you could use that paintbrush method. Use the paintbrush method, right? And you can just kind of paint it on. But I tried that as well. I tried that before, and I find that method, I don't think it's as consistent as spraying, because that spraying, that mist, it's just more even. And I think personally, it's faster too, because if you don't put the plastic on and you do whatever, there's still a little bit of like little splashes, little drips that gets here and there, and that you still have to wipe off and clean off with alcohol. That's just extra work. That's more work. So it's actually less work if you actually put on the plastic sheeting, because this plastic sheeting only takes a few minutes. 10 minutes or so, and you're done. If you have to actually like go in and clean the stuff off with the alcohol, that's gonna take more than 10 minutes. Going around the car and cleaning that stuff off, right? So yeah. All right. So next step you see is I should be done with spraying it. All right. So I have everything taped up. I'm leaving the back window open. So no matter what you do, you're gonna have all this lint. You see that lint? A little bit of lint here and there, right? You see all that little lint. So you don't want to spray that stuff on with the lint there, because again, that stuff is very tacky, and it kind of just holds the lint there, and it kind of stays there. So I took some tape, right, and I just wrapped it around, and I'm using that to basically hopefully remove as much of the lint as I can. I mean, not all of it's gonna come off. Oh shit! God damn it! Dang, I just blew a hole through my thing. So be mindful of that. Now I have to get a little piece of tape and tape that up right there to cover up the hole. But anyways, this will remove the lint as best as you can. If you have one of those, those things that they use for like lint rollers. I actually have some lint rollers. I'm not sure where the hell I left them though. But if you have some lint rollers, you could use lint rollers, right? Or you could do this. I guess you could do that as well. It's rolling the stickiness on there. But anyways, the point of this is to clean up as much of the lint as you can before you spray the stuff on, because you don't want to embed the lint in there, because that stuff again is very tacky and sticky, and it wants to kind of just whatever's already on here, you would just kind of want to stay on there. So again, it's kind of hard for you guys to see, but you know, I can see the little bit of little lint here and there on this thing. So when I waxed it, you see a little bit of whiteness. That's actually, again, it's hard for you guys to see, but there's a little bit of like little whiteness. That's actually wax from when I was actually removing the wax. When I was removing the wax, the microfiber that I was using to remove the wax. God dang it! Just got another hole right there. The microfiber I was using, the wax touch the ragtop, and it left a little lint residue here and there. But anyways, you get the point. So clean off all the lint as best you can before you spray. All right, just finished spraying it. Man, what a mess. This bottle I use right here. This is a really good bottle, spray bottle, but I've used this thing, you know, for the last few years, and it seems, I guess the last time I used it was last year, and I think the whatever was in here, it kind of dried up and it hardened, and so it didn't squirt very well. So it just dripped a lot everywhere, so it kind of made a mess all over. So there was like splotches. So I had to take my brush and kind of brush to even out those splotches. And you can see the frosting on the top here. Like some parts you see right there where it's not having the frosting. That's where I had to brush. So same with right here too. I had to brush a little bit, but the rest of it, I think it's all right. It's, you know, it's all wet. And it was just covered. The rear glass was just covered. I was like, oh, should I just leave it and wipe it down later? And I decided, no, let me try to see if I you know, wipe it as much as I can. So that way I have less work later on. The thinner it is, right? So after I wiped it down, you can see it looks really clean and clear. So actually, I was surprised. I was like, okay, if it's still wet, you can wipe it down and it actually clears up. And it looks like it's, you know, looks like clean glass. I think whatever residue that's still on here, it will probably act as a water repellent. So it will probably act like kind of similar to Rain-X. If you ever use Rain-X on windshield, so I think that's what's gonna happen here. So actually, that's a good thing because, you know, the back window doesn't have any wipers, right? So anyways, so I'm done here. I'm just gonna leave it like this for basically until tomorrow, for 24 hours. Let it cure. Then I could take off, you know, the plastic and call it good. So yeah, so that's it for now. All right, thanks for watching.